Today, I'm sharing something I swore I'd never talk about. It happened in the fall of 2019 on a road in New Jersey that locals still refuse to drive after midnight. They call it Clinton Road. I wasn't chasing ghosts. I wasn't looking for trouble, but that night something found me. And what I saw, what I survived, still haunts me every time I hear tires on wet asphalt. This is my true story, and if you're brave enough, keep listening. I was 28, working nights at a warehouse in Paterson. Like most night shifters, I drank too much coffee, slept too little, and had an unhealthy relationship with internet rabbit holes. One night, while scrolling through horror forums during lunch break, I landed on a thread titled Clinton Road, America's Most Haunted Mile. I'd heard about it growing up, of course. Everyone in North Jersey had. It was the kind of road you dared your friends to drive when you were teenagers. I never did. The stories were wild. Ghost kids under the bridge who throw coins back at you, phantom trucks that chase you for miles, and a shadow man who steps into the road at 3:13 a.m. sharp. One guy claimed he followed a black dog into the woods and lost 2 hours of time. Another said he drove the full 10-mile stretch and his car engine shut off exactly where a fatal accident had happened in 1989. I didn't believe a word of it. That changed one Saturday night. My buddy Tyler and I were at a 24-hour diner near West Milford. It was his birthday, and after a few too many beers and pancakes, the dare came up. "You're always reading those creepy stories," he said, grinning. "Why don't you go make one?" "Make what?" "Your own. Drive Clinton Road, full stretch, alone, at 3 a.m. I laughed. "And why would I do that? I'll give you gas money and you can take my car. No excuses." It was stupid, but the kind of stupid that tempts you when you're young and bored. At 2:41 a.m., I started the drive. I pulled onto Clinton Road at its southern entrance. The moment I did, it felt different, like I'd passed through something unseen. The road was unnaturally narrow and choked by pine trees that leaned in like they were whispering to each other. I flicked on the high beams. They barely pierced the darkness. There were no streetlights, no traffic, no homes, just asphalt and trees. The silence was unreal. Even with the windows cracked, I couldn't hear a single cricket, just the steady hum of the tires and the occasional crunch of leaves beneath them. I hadn't driven long when I reached the Ghost Boy Bridge. It's a rusted little span over Clinton Brook, half hidden in the dark, no signs or rails. I stopped the car in the middle, got out, and walked to the edge of the bridge. Below, the water was pitch black. I pulled a penny from my pocket. It was a 1987 coin. I remember because it was my birth year. I flicked it off the bridge. Plink. Nothing. No coin returned. I smirked, turned around and froze. The same penny lay at my feet. I picked it up. Same scratches, same year. But it was cold. Not just cold, ice cold, as if it had been pulled from a freezer. Then I heard a whisper. So faint I questioned it at first. But it was real. A child's voice. "Don't go." I looked around. Nothing but darkness and woods. I should have left then, but I didn't. I told myself it was a prank, or maybe my own imagination feeding off internet stories. So I got back in the car and drove. 15 minutes later, headlights appeared behind me. Bright, too close. I slowed down. They didn't pass. I pulled over, waiting. Nothing. The truck, because it had to be a truck, the lights were high, just hovered behind me. No sound of engine, no tire crunch, no motion. I waved, flashed my hazards, still nothing. Then, without warning, the lights blinked out. Gone. Not a sound, not a sign of reverse, just vanished. I stepped out and shone my flashlight around. There was no vehicle behind me, no tire marks, no smell of exhaust, only the forest and silence. I got back in, locked the doors, and kept driving, faster this time. At 3:21 a.m., I reached the split in the road they call Dead Man's Intersection. An unmarked dirt path veered right. I don't know what came over me, but I took it. The dirt road wound through trees that pressed closer with every turn. The headlights struggled against the thick woods. I felt like I was being swallowed. Eventually, I reached a clearing. In the center was a burned-down house. The wooden beams were scorched and broken. A single wall remained standing, and in the rubble, a rusted child's tricycle sat half-buried in ash. On the last upright wall, someone had painted in dripping red, "We never left." I stepped out, flashlight shaking in my hand. The air smelled like charcoal and old rot. I was about to turn back when I heard a twig snap, then another. I raised the light. 20 feet away in the tree line stood a man, still, silent, head slightly lowered. His skin looked pale as chalk. "Hello?" I called. No response. I took a step back. He took one forward. Then he vanished. Gone. I ran. As I jumped back in the car, I noticed the ground where he stood. Bare footprints, wet, leading toward the car. I drove like hell back onto Clinton Road. That's when I saw the light, soft yellow flickering, deep in the trees to the left. It didn't look like headlights. It looked like candlelight. Against my better judgment, I pulled over and followed it on foot. It led to a tiny wooden cabin. Windows boarded, door cracked open. Inside, no furniture, just bare wood walls covered in deep, angry claw marks. Some old, some fresh. Then, a scream. A woman. From under the floorboards. Blood-curdling, desperate. I turned and bolted. No hesitation. Back in the car, I hit the gas. My hands were shaking so bad I could barely steer. The final moment, the one I still dream about, happened just as the road began to slope downhill. To my right, a massive dead oak stood alone. From one of its branches hung a noose swinging. There was no wind. Beneath it, a ring of small wooden crosses, maybe a dozen. I slowed. One of them had a name carved into it. Mine. Harper. The letters looked fresh, like they were carved that night. I took out my phone and snapped a photo, or so I thought. The image was just black. Not blurry, not underexposed, just black. No tree, no cross, no name. At 3:57 a.m. I reached the end of Clinton Road. As I crossed the final curve, the radio came back on. My phone lit up with a signal. The temperature changed. The air felt lighter. It was like I had stepped out of a vacuum. I pulled into a gas station and just sat. For 20 minutes. The clerk walked out. "You all right, man?" I drove Clinton Road. He squinted. "You see the boy?" I didn't answer. He nodded, almost like he understood. "Some don't come back right. It's been 4 years since that night. I've never driven Clinton Road again. But that coin, the one I threw, I still have it. Sometimes, when I check the drawer, it's warm. And one night last year, I received a package. No return address, no postage. Inside was a photograph. It showed the noose tree. On the back, taped to the photo, was a tiny wooden cross. This time, no name, just a date, tomorrow.